This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Dawson James Small Cap Growth Conference 2016 in Jupiter, Florida. I have with me Jerry Jabbour of Matinas BioPharma. It's a publicly traded company and the symbol is MTNB. Jerry, welcome to SNNLive.
Shelley, thanks so much for having us here. It's a pleasure to be here, and this is a great forum for us to be able to explain who Matinas is and why the future is so bright.
Well, with that said, let's start with an overview on Matinas.
Great. Well, Shelley, Matinas is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company who's using a disruptive technology platform to change the way medicines for infectious disease are designed in order to meet significant unmet medical need and really give physicians and patients a weapon they've never had, especially now in this fight against multi-drug resistant infections.
Okay, so let's kind of start drilling down into the platform so I can understand and our investor audience can understand how this works.
How it works is the key. The platform is the key. So this technology allows us to take medicines which today can only be delivered intravenously, make them orally bioavailable, change safety by a magnitude of 100, and get targeted delivery right to the infection area or the area of inflammation. Really a game-changing, and the National Institutes of Health is our key collaborator and somebody who has driven the technology to the point where we're now in patients getting ready for phase 2 data in 2017.
Tell us how it works.
So it's really a simple and elegant technology, Shelley. We're taking liposomes, a phospholipid, and we're able to crystallize those, which gives us solid particles. See, we figured out how to trap drug inside a lipid bilayer. It's that solid crystal which gives us the ability to get oral bioavailability. It's the solid nature of that crystal. I mean, so solid you can boil it in detergent. It does not come apart in the GI. It's different than the way medicine is delivered today. That is what allows us to get such a difference in the safety of the drug. We're not flooding the body with drug. And then because of the nature of these particles, their lipid nature, they pass into the lymphatic system. The size of these particles are the size of a small virus or a bacteria. This is nanomedicine. And in that lymphatic system, you have white scavenger blood cells. Because when we're talking about battling infections, infected patients have activated white scavenger cells, macrophage, dendritic cells, whose job it is to sweep up foreign particles. Well, because of the nature of these particles, there's an affinity to them. And so the macrophage engulfs them. The unique thing about these particles is that their ability to maintain that crystal form is all due to calcium. But inside a cell, the calcium concentration is 1,000 to 10,000 times less. And that's by necessity, because calcium causes fusion. So when our particles enter an area of low calcium concentration like a cell, they naturally unwind. And now that drug, instead of now being trapped in the particle, is trapped inside the cell. And then the job of those cells is to follow signal molecule trails right to the site of infection. It's essentially Trojan horse drug delivery, a smart bomb of an anti-infective drug where you're getting the right amount of drug to the right spot in the body. Fundamentally,
you know what word jumps out at me?
Yeah.
Targeted.
That's the perfect word, because that's what it's all about. That is what allows us to get high tissue concentration with low blood levels. It's also what allows us to eliminate that toxicity. We're not just doing a traditional model of flooding the body with drug and hoping some gets to the site of infection. We're actually having it carried there by the body's own biology. It's so disruptive.
In essence, it's a delivery platform.
It's a delivery platform, but make no mistake about it. We are using this platform to be a product-focused company. In biotech, it's about products. And our lead product is a reformulation of amphotericin B, one of the biggest, baddest drugs out there. See, it's fungicidal, which means it kills the bug. You don't need a working immune system to do the job. Most antifungal drugs are fungostatic. You need a working immune system. And amphotericin is broad spectrum. The only problem with it is you have to deliver it IV, and it's highly toxic. A doctor has to make a choice about whether to kill the fungus or cause irreversible damage to organs, livers, kidneys. But in our delivery system, a patient can drink it, it is safe, and it goes right to the site of infection. And that's why we are going to be able to use it differently than it's ever been used before. And by different, I mean prophylactically.
So that's the disruptive nature of it. I get it. My thinking is that, are you in the right place at the right time with so much infectious disease in the news across the board?
There certainly is a perfect storm aspect to what we're doing. The unfortunate reality is that we can't pick up a newspaper or turn on the television without seeing something about superbugs or multi-drug resistant infections. The need has never been greater. There's been studies that show that these superbugs could kill more people than cancer by 2050. That's staggering. That's staggering. But it's that same perfect storm which is creating opportunities for companies like Matinas to invest in this area.
So where's the company today?
We are in the clinic. Importantly, the NIH is paying for and running our first phase 2 trial with data expected in the first half of 2017. But you begin drug development with the end in mind. And so our goal is to be in phase 3 by the end of 2017 or 2018 with a drug that's indicated for prophylaxis. In order to do that, you have to have a pretty well-rounded development program. And so in addition to the NIH study, we will dose another phase 2 study beginning in the fourth quarter of this year in 75 patients with a different type of fungal infection in order to have the robust package we need to sit down with FDA in the middle of 2017 and go into phase 3 at the end of the year.
This sounds kind of fast-tracked to me. Are you qualified for fast-tracking?
A great question. Because of that perfect storm we talked about earlier, the government has created a variety of incentives for companies like ours to take advantage of. One of those is fast-track status. That's part of the GAIN Act. And tied to that is something called Qualified Infectious Disease Product Status. That's key because it's 5 years of exclusivity. And when you think about us taking a decade-old molecule like amphotericin, you're not going to get what's called NCE exclusivity, but we replace that with QIDP. And the indications that we're targeting are orphan, which is 7 years, and those don't run concurrently. So you're talking about a lead product with 12 years of exclusivity, a great amount of time to recoup investment in a market that's a multi-billion-dollar market.
What's your background?
So I've been in pharmaceuticals for the last 15 years. I'm an attorney by training, but a reformed attorney, and worked with my other co-founders at a company called Reliant. We developed the first prescription omega-3. We sold that to GlaxoSmithKline in 2007 for $1.65 billion, and we decided to put the band back together, given our lipid expertise, to go into a different area this time in infectious disease, but no less exciting. As the president of the company and an attorney by training, I spend a lot of time wearing a lot of different hats, but it's really about driving development forward, and we are a science-based company.
Where was this science originated? And literally, where did it come from, and where did the development of it take place?
It's a really important question because this technology comes out of Rutgers University in New Jersey. Interestingly, the inventor of this technology was a professor of medicine at Rutgers, and before that at UMDNJ, which Rutgers acquired. Dr. Raphael Menino has been working in this technology for 20 years. We have the exclusive worldwide license to this technology for all pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical uses. It's already protected by 19 issued patents and 20 pending patents. And the inventor retired from Rutgers to come into our company as Chief Scientific Officer in September. So we added the key cog to our team from Reliant in order to drive this exciting technology forward.
So we're in 2016, near the end, heading into 2017. As president of the company, what are some of the milestones you can tell me that you'd like to reach in 2017? And because you're a biotech pharma company, in essence, into 18.
Right. Well, milestones are going to be the entire key for us. We've never been better positioned as a company. And having now started not one but two phase 2 trials, 2017 is packed with data, whether it be the data from those phase 2 trials, but we're also starting a phase 1 trial in our second clinical product, which is called amikacin, a broad-spectrum aminoglycoside to treat bacterial infections. That is the #1 unmet medical need of infectious disease specialists. That phase 1 will start in Q4 of this year with data early in 2017. So we are lining 2017 up to be a very data-driven year. And that does nothing to talk about the broad applicability of this platform and the strategic options that we could have in improving the therapeutic profile of other companies' drugs. There's no shortage of companies out there who, whether because of adverse side effects or because of other sorts of GI issues, could benefit from our technology. We talk to all of them, but we're intent on driving our products forward. And so the first half of the year is packed with data. The second half of the year is packed with prep for phase 3. It's an exciting time to be at Matinas BioPharma.
I mean, it sounds to me like you're going to attract big pharma to look at you.
That's always, people tell you all the time, or ask you all the time, are you going to be bought out? Where are you? Where are you going to license this technology? We learned a long time ago that you create opportunity by focus. And so by focusing on our clinical development programs and creating value in the antifungal and the antibacterial space, of course we're going to attract attention. But we also believe we can do it ourselves. These are indications, very valuable orphan indications, where it doesn't really require a heavy lift to do it. So you want to create optionality for yourself. So if big pharma calls, great. It's got to be the right deal for us. It's all about creating value, and the data will speak for themselves.
Let's give out your website for more information, if you would.
Sure, Shelley. You can find us at www.matinasbiopharma.com. And on the front page of our website is a great 3-minute MOA mode of action video so you can understand how this extraordinary technology works and how we're using it to drive products forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Jabbour, Matinas BioPharma. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is MTNB. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Dawson James Small Cap Growth Conference 2016 here in Jupiter, Florida. Jerry, thanks for coming on.
Shelley, thanks so much. It's a pleasure, and we appreciate your time and the opportunity.